got a question for you. You want him to retire or play one more year?
One more.
One more.
Oh, wait.
I'm just asking.
Wow.
He's going to pitch till he's 45.
What's going on?
No. I love watching my husband do it.
I'm a journalist.
That is the
Did you see how he pitched this year? Are you crazy?
They've been so supportive.
Yeah, it's to see him do what he loves. It's to see him do his craft. He's such an artist out there. When he's pitching, it's truly so creative. It's such an art. And we are so honored.
All right.
There we go. Hey, go in.
Hi guys, I must sing praises for, Kate Upton, because really and truly, her husband Justin Verlander just won the World Series, with the Houston Astros. This is the second time he has won. He's a fantastic pitcher. This guy signed a $50 million 2-year contract. And his wife, he's married to, a swimsuit model, one of the most beautiful women in the world. And you know what? She really, and at 39, she's okay with him continuing. Now, I have to draw some contrast with what's going on with Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. Now, I don't know the truth of what's happening. It's just alleged that, the fact that Tom at 44 at the time, now 45, decided that he wanted to play one more season after winning 7 Super Bowls. And, it is said that there is some disagreement about that. Now, playing baseball and playing football are two different things. And I will be one of the first people to say, playing baseball, you could, as a pitcher, you could hurt your shoulder or something like that. But playing football, you could get a concussion. You could, you could have something debilitating happen to you because you have, 350-pound men running at you, right? So I do understand that and I do respect that. But what I must say, though, is that we must respect that Tom Brady is a gladiator. And, a lot of people have forgotten that, through history, there have been men who go out and fight wars, men who go and, hunt the big game and bring back the meat for the village. And, Tom just feels like that type of person. Now, there are other men like me, probably berry pickers, right? Walking around, picking berries, making sure that things are okay at the home front. But today, I think you have the movers and shakers and the people who are ultra creative. They create technologies that change the world. And then you have these gladiators on the field, baseball, football, all of that stuff. And they're at the top of their game. And there is a love for their craft, and I like what Kate Upton said, a love for his craft. Justin Verlander has a love for his craft. He works hard at it. And it's something that I can see in Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowl championships, taking pay cuts to win championships. He's worth $250 million for someone who has 7 Super Bowl championships. And that's not big. I mean, LeBron, who won 4 NBA championships, he's worth $1 billion. And that shows you that Tom Brady's investment was not to become rich. His investment was in winning championships. And he seems like a very competitive person. And right now, to see this happen, one has to take a step back and have to look at it. Gisele is one of the most beautiful women in the world. So is Kate Upton. Tom Brady, he's a superstar, 7 championships. Justin Verlander, 2 championships. I think Tom Brady I'm a man, but I think Tom Brady is a very handsome man. I mean, I don't know about Justin Verlander. He's probably a good looking guy. I don't doubt that. But Tom Brady, I think, is a very, very, very handsome guy. And to see that the fact that, Gisele has divorced him and all of that stuff, it really makes me sit back and say, what if what they're saying is true, should he have stayed home, another year, and retire and stay home, or should he have gone out and, do what he wanted to do, which he probably thinks is his purpose? And I agree with Tom if he went and did his purpose, because at some point you have to get to the point. I always wonder about purpose and family, and I think that family is ultimately important. But back in the day, a man could take on his purpose and still have his family being raised. And I think that at some point that's what Tom needed. He needed his family raised, he'd be around, but he needed to take on his purpose. Maybe it's an 8th Super Bowl ring, whatever it is. But one thing I know is that Tom Brady's name will be etched for history. I mean, the next greatest quarterback behind him was Joe Montana from the 80s, or Terry Bradshaw. A lot of people don't think that Terry Bradshaw's 4 Super Bowls is as great as, Tom Brady's well, even Tom Brady had 4. Terry Bradshaw's would not compare, because Terry Bradshaw really had a strong running game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sidetracked. But to compare him to maybe Joe Montana, Tom Brady far surpassed Joe Montana, and now he stands alone in the pantheon of history as the greatest quarterback ever. And I'm sure his descendants will always remember that. And it's something that will live on beyond his lifetime, beyond the people he knows today, and he'll be etched into that history book. And I think that you can't deny him that. And that's something that I hope that a lot of women look at. And if you ever get a man with that big purpose, if you ever do, you have to understand that sometimes several things will become secondary to that purpose, because that purpose is beyond you, beyond him, even beyond his family. It's something big, and he's looking for creating things that will live on into perpetuity. This is good, and I'm really thankful that we have an example of this, and we are able to compare and contrast. And I hope that in the future, my hope is that Gisele and Tom find their way back together, because the truth is, if it worked for 13 years, they figured out a cadence, and I hope that they get back to that cadence someday. Thanks, guys.